Hey, YouTube. Happy Thursday. Hopefully you're well. I just wanted to take a minute to come out and shoot a quick video, say hey, and smoke a cigar and have a drink and relax. So today, going to check out this bad boy. EP Carrillo Majestic, Encore Majestic, I'm sorry. This was the 2018 Cigar of the Year by Cigar Aficionado, and you couldn't find it forever. Now it's coming back at a pretty reasonable price. So figure, what the heck? Let's try it. It was made in a Dominican factory. It's 5 3/8 by 52 ring gauge, which is right up my alley. It's about what I love. And the binder, the filler, and the wrapper, as my good friend Beavis would say, were made in Nicaragua, Nicaragua. That was a poor Beavis invitation, but for all you old fogies that know Beavis and Butthead, Nicaragua, you'd appreciate that. So let me get that cut and toasted up, and we'll come back and see you. So I'm back, everybody. So this is not a cigar review, so I'm just going to talk to you. But it was a 96 rated stick, box pressed. I dig the box pressed cigars. Don't know why, just like them. I think they're cool, but I like them all. So hey, I want to talk about a couple things that are hot topics. Well, one for sure: stimulus checks. How you doing with your stimulus check? By the way, I have a lot of esoterica up for conversation. If anybody's looking for bags of esoterica, don't hit me up with Penzance or Stonehaven or Peacehaven. Those I don't have. The other ones, a lot of them. Maybe all of them. So the government didn't stimulate me and Mrs. Buckeye very well. I feel understimulated. In fact, we haven't gotten anything yet. Don't know. I did one of those online. Hey, if this is your AIG, your adjusted, or AGI, your adjusted gross income, this is what you can expect. And we're looking at a whopping $85. Thanks, federal government. You ain't stimulating. No, I can't even get a box of cigars for $85. That's a bag of Penzance. Well, not even Penzance. That's a bag of the cheaper esoteric. Not that I'm going to spend it on that. I don't know what we'll spend it on. Maybe some good steaks for the big green egg. That we can agree on. Let's talk. So stimulus, how the federal government totally screwed Buckeye Piper and Mrs. Buckeye Piper. Well, and I shouldn't say they screwed us. I should say I wasn't. Shame on me for paying my taxes early. Let's just put it that way. From now on, if I ever have to pay federal government, you will get it postmarked before midnight on the day it's due. And I know a lot of you did that. I've always laughed in the past at why people do that. Let me tell you how it cost Buckeye this year. Let me tell you how it cost Buckeye. It cost me a lot of money this year. So I just told you we're getting stimulated with $85. That's awesome. We paid $4,000 in taxes. So do the math. The federal government's up $39.15 on me. So they're up $3,900 and and a cigar on me. Okay. Had I been the person that post dates their check all the way until the bitter end, this would have been the difference this year. I would have reverted to my 2018 earnings, AGI, would have qualified for the full stimulation of $2,400 because we filed jointly. And that would have reduced my tax liability to what? $2,600? That's the math, $2,600. Instead of what I'm going to end up paying is $3,915. Being a good citizen or a stupid citizen, you fill in the blank. Up to you. I'm going to be penalized. What is that? $1,315 because I paid my taxes earlier. And on top of that, they stretched out to when you have to pay it now to July 15th, I think is the date. So they give everybody 3 more months. So, me paying it and just getting it out of the way and off my conscience and just taking care of business, thinking I'm doing the right thing, cost me over $1,300. Thank you, federal government. It's not their fault. It's my fault. But from now on, federal government, if I have to pay you, which is rare, but when I do, you will get it postmarked by the last second I can postmark it. And I know, going back to my Beavis reference earlier, that some people even send them a check that they have wiped their bum hole with. I won't do that, but you get the picture. $1,300, daggone. Now that would have been a mild stimulation. But we could have used it because we're putting in a new heater and AC next week that's going to cost a lot more than that. What do you do, folks? What do you do? So anyhow, let's talk Corona. Virus, not beer. Although I'll talk beer anytime you want to talk beer. I just don't drink beer much anymore, but maybe I should. I don't know. Anyhow, I digress. Wall Street Journal today. One of the cool perks of being in my MBA program is I get a free subscription to the Wall Street Journal as long as I'm in the program. So if I stretch this sucker out for 3 years, I'll be able to leverage some Wall Street Journal. See an interesting article today that a couple days ago, President Trump said, I'll be daggone, governors will not make the call when this country opens up. I will make the call. Well, he has changed his tune, folks. And I happen to agree with him on this one. I don't agree with everything. And the more this thing goes on, I won't tell you my political leanings, but I'm becoming more middle of the road than I've ever been in my whole life. So, anyhow, again, I digress. He came out and said, the president came out and said, you know what? Governors, you will make the call on when you will open up your states. It will no longer be federally mandated. He's not going to make the call. Now, some people may say, hey, Trump, you're shirking your presidential responsibility. You have control of the country. You should do this. I hear you. I get that a little bit. But on the other end, I believe, personally, how the government was formulated and the Constitution was written and how I believe it should flow. I think the states should have more power personally than they do. I think states, there has to be federal rules and mandates. I get it. There's got to be laws. But I think the states' laws need to be the law of the land in the most case. Federal, I'm okay if you lay out the guidelines. States can say, okay, we're going to amend this. I'm off topic. You get what I'm saying. Anyhow, he said, governors, you will make the call on when we're going to open this thing up in your state. And this is why I like that. And had I been him, this is what I would have added. Governors understand their states. They understand not every state's created equal, obviously. Not every state's going through the coronavirus the same. I think in North Carolina we've had 118 deaths since this bad boy started. You look at New York, you look at Michigan and some of these other places, well surpassed that. So we may need to be a little tighter, and those governors know that. But here's why I really like it and what I hope he does. Governors, you make the call, and if you jack it up, you mess it up, it's on you. You fix it, you pay for it with your taxes and not the federal government. Not a dime will come from the federal government. That's what I hope he adds to that caveat. That's my caveat if I was the president, which I'm not. Nor do I want to be, but if I was, I do agree with the governors opening it up, but I would put that stipulation in. Open it too early, jack it up, it's on you. Now, again, I've been middle of the road this whole time with this thing. I don't know that we need to shut it down as tight as we did, but I don't think that it's as meaningless or trivial as a lot of people think. A lot of people are idiots out protesting their capitals and walking around. Let me tell you, in my job, it's impacted. I know people that have it, and I know people that are pretty sick because of this thing. And it is real. If you have not experienced it, if you don't know anybody, if you happen to believe it's a myth, it is not. There are people sick. There are people dying. Is it as bad as what they say? How the hell do we know? Hell, we're barely tested. And, talking to people and friends that are sick, it's 2 to 3, 4 days before you can get into a doctor. And if they test you, they may not. Most people, you just take your butt to the house and you ride it out for 14 days. So a lot of people are sick at home that we will never know had this thing. And personally, I believe it was here December, November of last year. That's another topic altogether. But it's out there. And it's out there a lot more than we think it is. But again, I'm not faulting the people that say, hey, this is a sham and you a bunch of sheeple because you think that, the government's controlling you. I think you're wrong. And those that are out there that think we need to lock everything down for 14 years, I think you're wrong. I think the truth always is in the middle somewhere. And we'll get to it. Anyhow, that's my rant for the day. Going to enjoy this cigar. I told you I wouldn't review it. I'm not going to. But fantastic taste. Really nice woody, kind of almost a tea flavor. A woody kind of tea. Not overly sweet. Right up my alley. You know me, I'm a Fuente guy, and I'm a Padron guy. I don't venture off those marks very often. I only got this one in 3-4 days ago, so it hasn't been in the humidor a year. I can only imagine what it's going to do after it's set around a while. I picked up 10 of them. Going to maybe have to get a couple more. They're good. Check them out. Cigar aficionado, say what you will. They know what they're doing. I do think a lot of the cigars that they rank cigars of the year, a lot of it is politics and a lot of it is marketing and what you're paying. There's no mistaking why some brands are in the top 10 every year. Just not. With as many boutique cigars that are out there and smaller startup random companies, you would think somebody would hit a home run here and there, and they do. But I don't know. There's marketing. What are you paying? But I will tell you, in Cigar Aficionado's defense, I have never smoked a cigar that they've highly rated that I thought was just a dog turd. And for those of you that are new to cigars, if you get a bad one, that's what it is. It's a dog turd. I haven't picked one of those up that was highly rated, but they're probably out there. Hope you're well, folks. Hope you're happy, safe, healthy. If you're at home, stay at home. They're talking about a meat shortage now. That's going to get interesting. But like I told you, I got 2 chickens and 6 eggs before the neighbor kicked me out of his coop the other day. I grabbed the old shotgun and went out and went to town. So there's meat out there. You just have to find it. I wouldn't recommend shooting your neighbor's chickens. It kind of taints the relationship a little bit. If you stuck with me this long, man, I appreciate you. God bless you. Take care of yourself. Take care of your neighbors. Take care of your community. Take care of your family. Take care of those that you work with and those that you work for. I hear another 7 million are filing unemployment this week. So if you're essential and you're working, be grateful to the Lord. The days are stressful as hell. I'm not going to lie to you. Probably more stress in the last month than I've had in the last 5 years. But I am thankful to be at work. Kid you not. Be well, everybody. Take care. Have a great day.